What's up, YouTube? Xraypc here. Long time no see. I've been just busy and just tired, so it's been hard to, or sick mainly, super sick for like 2 weeks. But I finally feel normal, and I wanted to get back into making content again. The first video coming back is going to be somewhat of a tier list, but more so showing you who you could probably, who's the easiest to rank up with, down to pretty much you're never ranking up with. No matter how hard you try, you're gonna have like a 20% win rate with. This is for you to be able to push in the last 11 or yeah 11 and a half days in the season. And yeah, ignore being Celestial 1. I was Eternity, and then I got 4 Shark mains in a row. Literally, 4 Shark mains in a row. Actually, one of my games, and this is why this is another tip. You have to like not solo queue, and if you have friends that are around your rank, but if you have to solo queue, you just have to know that this rank system is just bad right now, and it's gonna force people on your team who have low win rates, get reported a lot sometimes, whatever it may be. And then all of a sudden you'll hit like a 6 game win streak, and it just really depends on how you win in those. And I guess this really ties into the video I'm making, where it's like this is why it's important. I'm playing the more meta characters, but who you enjoy in these meta characters. I'm not telling you to play like 3 characters the entire rest of the season. If you're a shark player, man, I mean, just literally try everything in your power to figure out how to min max the shark. Don't just sit there and like only flank, have 2k heals at the end of the game, and wonder why everybody's spam reporting you. You get banned often, or don't play Raccoon and never do a left click. You know what I mean? Raccoon's really good actually now. And people are like, he's like one of the main meta healers now. It's just you have to like understand why he's main meta healer. You know what I mean? All right, so let's jump into the video. Let's just start with Adam Warlock. Adam Warlock is meta. He just does a lot of good damage. The Soul Bond triple healer meta is really strong. Triple res. Adam Mantis. I'll put Mantis here. So Mantis is only viable in the Adam comp. Adam is good without her. Like Adam is still good in like a double healer comp. She's not good in the double healer comp. But if you pick her when you have an Adam on your team and then you get a third healer, it's pretty much like you both are playing like this DPS healer, and the third healer is like a main healer. So you have like Luna Snow, Invis, Cloak and Dagger, Loki, like somebody who could like pump a ton of heals and get a lot of like healer ults off, so that you two could focus on doing damage. Um, Adam Warlock has like crazy range, hit scans, so he can deal with flyers, and his soul bond can help deal with flankers. Mantis can give damage buffs, so she's always super good with like Star Lord, but she's also good with like Storm or Black Widow, Human Torch. And she's super easy, so it's not hard to like go crazy with those two, but you know what I mean. You could do better. Um, well, you could do better than her, but if you like mastered Adam Warlock, like there's not many Adam Warlock crazy good mains. There's a lot of people who could play him, but there's not a lot of people who could play him like how you need to play him. Let's say like example like let's say um Korova on Sentinels, Zelos on FlyQuest. Trying to think of like there's not many like crazy good. My boy K Jules, I can't remember his team name, but yeah, my boy K Jules is really good. So you had to be like that. You had to be able to pump like 25k damage, like 20k healing. You know what I mean? Like your other healer has 50k healing, 10k damage. You have 25k damage, 20k healing, but you have like 18 final hits. That's the whole point of why you're picking this character. On top of getting the crazy good reses off and everything like that with his ult. Let's see. BP is permalose. I'm sorry, like he's just terrible in this meta right now. The thing is everywhere. People still pick Storm, who he doesn't really do good against. People are just constantly picking Hella. Bucky's with the best DPS in the game right now. Uh, Wolverines like Invis Woman is everywhere now because they nerfed Cloak and Dagger. But even with Cloak and Dagger in there, it was still kind of hard to kill her. Luna with Namor. Namor is one of the best DPS in the game right now as long as Luna's in there. They're kind of like hand in hand. You have to pick Namor, and if you're picking Luna against dive comp, you want Namor or somebody who could keep the dive off of you. But yeah, it's just hard. Like you're just doing no damage, and there's triple tank is meta again. Triple healers with the add the double res, or triple res with the Star Lord is just meta, so it just destroys you. There's so many things in the meta to destroy this character that sadly is just Wakanda Forever is just not good, bro. Black Widow is I wouldn't say perma lose. It's like probably losing. If you pick Black Widow with the double res with the normal main healer, and then you pick Black Widow and you get pocketed by this Mantis all game, and I've seen so many. I mean, Xlec and a lot of people prove me that if you're that good at Widow, you're gonna like flourish. The sad thing is, it's not like Widowmaker where you just see like Widowmaker had like a 60% win rate in Overwatch 2 for a while, and then Overwatch 1 she had like a 55% win rate for a while, and you know what I mean? Like it's not like that. She has like a 48% win rate, but the people who are the reason why she is like not like a 30% win rate is there's some people who are just that good at sniping, and every time you pick a Black Widow, most healers know they need to pick Mantis. Like most people know now that it's like you see a Black Widow in your team and he's like a one trick, he's just not going to swap off, you have to pick Mantis. But if you pick Mantis and he does hit that headshot, 80% of the cast is going to get one shot. So that's pretty much it. And then they buffed her ulti. People realize that her melee is actually really good if you combo with her kick thing. So I mean, people are start figuring out the character a lot more. Hulk is meta. Hulk is still good. I would say he's hard but viable, but nah, he's still meta. I mean, Gamma is really strong still. Gamma Iron Man is a decent bit better now after they buffed his left clicks as well. So they buffed his left clicks and right clicks out of his E form, and then when he goes in E form, it's still strong. His left clicks are stronger than his right click because his right click gets like 10 damage because of Gamma when he pops his E. But his left clicks are still are crazy strong now. So it's like that character is really strong now. It's just nobody learned how to play Iron Man by spamming left clicks. So I think going into this next one, if they do the right nerfs, Iron Man is going to become annoying again. Hulk is still good right now, and there's some Hulks that can drop like 19 final hits still. Those people are like the reason why I think he's still like meta. Like if like the one tricks who are insanely good at the game could not even do anything for Hulk, then I would not say Hulk is good. But Hulk is doing just fine. Captain America, a hard but viable. I mean, like there's certain Captain Americas that could like make him work in this meta. That he got so many buffs that is like being able to shield in the air and all that. He could do a lot of damage. If they go triple healer comp, they can't kill him because they just don't have enough burst damage. Like unless his Mantis and Adam Warlock just never miss, and as soon as his shield breaks, his only hit headshots. That's the only way. But I mean, be realistic. That's never gonna happen. So he just can like do whatever he wants in that comp, and it kind of forces him to play like a different comp. But that's like the only comp I think like Captain America is like gonna destroy. Every other comp kind of bullies him around. He just doesn't do enough damage compared to every other tank. He doesn't have as much survivability in a sense of being able to protect his team and still survive. He has to like be all weird. You have to like sprint, jump in the air, sprint, jump in the air, sprint, jump in the air, sprint, jump in the air. Like you have to do all this weird stuff to stay alive, and that's selfish play. Like, and you're just gonna let your team die. People learned now how to really play. It's like Cap Thor with a Hela, and because your Thor can play however he wants because he's gonna get res. Your Hela is constantly helping you guys while you're engaging on the enemy. You two can just run people down. If you guys have like like if you're like the best cap in the world and you meet the best Thor in the world, you're probably gonna run every lobby and you're gonna be one above all 550 points or something. But then people are just gonna ban you out. So and then usually cap players I've seen just don't know how to play any other tank at the same capacity. They're like cap is like SS tier for them, and then like every other tank is like B tier. And like it's like cap is like one above all level, and then they're like every other tank in the game, literally every other tank will be like GM3. maybe like a Magneto, their Magneto would be like Celestial 3. I swear to goodness. Um all right. Oh, and his ult is like a support ult. So like it's like you can in a sense have like 3 AoE healer ults, or if you play him on like a team where it's like the Atom, Mantis, you pay him a triple healer, like you have those 3 healer ults, and then Adam is like the selfish like Rezel. And you can play like you pop your cap ult on the fucking Adam Warlock ult, and boom, it keeps everyone alive. Let's see. Cloak, she used to be in 1v9. Oh my goodness. That meta before they nerfed her ult and everything, like she was literally the reason why fights could last like 3 minutes long. And you would only have like 2 fights for the point because they lasted so freaking long. Man, I gotta be honest. You're probably losing with her. There's so many things now that people have figured out how to like counter her ult. Her ult got nerfed. I was a believer that no matter what, it's like her blind got buffed. So that helped a lot. But like, and I was like, oh, it's only 2 seconds per line. Like, that's 8 seconds off total. So it's like a lot. That's a big number. But it's like weirdly bugged. It's like ending too early. It's like instead of supposed to being 8 seconds per line or whatever, it's like 3 seconds per line. It feels like it literally feels like you're on the first line she did and it should last for 8 seconds, but it literally like disappears so fast that she's not even done with her third line yet, and like the first line's already gone. I don't understand it. She just doesn't feel good at all. And the only good thing about her is they're blind. Her heals are better now. They buffed her left click by a tiny bit, so it's like on the person you're spamming, it's a lot better. But it just doesn't do enough. She just needs more. I think they need to nerf or revert the nerf on her ult a tad bit, just a tiny bit, and then maybe buff her left click heals by like a tiny bit. And if they really want, they should just nerf her how fast she gets her ult by like another 5k points, but then make it so her ult is almost as good or just as good as before. So like make it just harder to get her ult because she has so much AoE, she can get her ult fast no matter what they do, and then make her ult like a little bit longer to get than a Luna, so she has to work harder to get it, but when she does get it, it's a lot better. Because like it literally she pops it and you could just throw like you could Magneto ult her obvious, you could Iron Man ult her obvious, like anything that one shots. You could be a Hulk and just knock her out of it. You could be a Groot and throw your ult to the a wall like decently high, like 5 meters up in the air, like above 5 meters. She can't get the heal from her thing, and then you just left click her to death. Left click, right click, left click, boom, she dies. And it's like so, there's so many things that beat her. If you're like a Hawkeye and you headshot her, and if somebody else like a Groot hits her with the left click, both of those together just one shot her in her ult. Actually, there's a full one shot Hawkeye one shot, just one shots her. But if it doesn't one shot her, she's low enough, boom, it kills her. The penny mines, if there's like if you do your ulti through the penny mine trap, all the spider bots hit you, and if she has a mines in the way of it, it will just boom and explode and kill you insta. I've died so many times in her ult doing that, but the old ult and the new one. So I don't know. There's just too many things that beat her. She used to be broken. Everyone still hates her because she's so brain dead. But you know, Strange is 1v9 still. He's not as like he would be at the bottom of 1v9. They nerfed him too much that he's not as like OP as he was, and then Gamma's not as often. You don't see Gamma often anymore. Like people he like you could have like a 10k damage Hulk, but you would have like 30 final hits on Strange. You can't really do that as much anymore because Hulk's just not as viable for the most part in this comp or this meta as he was. But he's still like he wasn't like 1v. He used to be 1v9. Now he's meta. Right? I mean. If you're insane at Hulk, you'll like look like you're 1v9, but most Hulks now are gonna be here. So because of that, it's just a little bit less often you're gonna be like destroying everyone with them. So he's like bordering meta, but yeah, he's still 1v9. He still has his old his damage, his one shots, like everything is still the same. Groot is probably the best. I think Groot is the best tank right now. He has the highest win rate. He's the most picked competitive. He's the most picked at pro play. He's the most picked at like everything. He's just broken. He does so much damage. People just didn't realize until now how much damage Groot could do. And after they nerfed every tank for the most part, they nerfed like Iron Man. They did like got rid of so many dumb metas that really like just punish Groot a lot. Everybody could be a good Groot now. It wasn't just like, oh, Vinny, or like I was like slapping people as Groot, or there's like a bunch of people who were like new Groot. Like I had 100 hours on Groot in Alpha. You know what I mean? So, like all 100 of my hours on Alpha was like 95% Groot. So I have like 95 hours on Groot just in Alpha. So it's like, yeah, it's like I learned like all the weird things that you could do on that character. You know what I mean? And I'm still learning. There's several things I'm like, whoa, you could do that. Oh, you could do that. You could do this. There's walls. You could like the double wall insta, and you just waltz their healers off insta and just burst. Like whatever it is you could figure out to do. Like you could do that box. Like you could set up the box, like set up the roof, and if somebody walks in, you set up the thing behind them, and then you like hit the E to make it flat, like going like sideways like this. So then they have nowhere to go, and they just get pummeled by your walls, and then the healers can't kill through the walls fast enough, and then they die. So yeah, you could just, there's a lot of things you could do with his walls that people are just not figuring out yet. And the more people figure out that character, and the more combos people figure out that are good with his ult, it's just boom, it's GG's. And you don't ever really have a combo with it if you're just good and you set up beforehand. If you set up the roof, and as soon as they walk in, you set up the wall behind them and ulti. I mean, they just get hit by both walls the whole time. Your ult's doing damage, and your left click, right click combo is just destroying them. So yeah, people are just figuring out Groot's too strong, and he could help deal flyers. He could deal flankers. He could do that run. And he counters the thing right now. Thing and him kind of like beat each other, so it's like you kind of need one or the other. Hawkeye is I wouldn't say. I think Hawkeye is hard but viable. I think the more people are starting to learn him now, he has 275 health, so he's a lot harder to kill. They buffed his blast arrows, so people who are like actually using those are actually kind of finding some value. And then he still has his one shots. He just had to be within 40 meters. People are figuring out the combo with like his like knockback. People are getting better at doing the melee to get rid of projectiles so they can kind of survive. Like the more people figure out like how to play Hawkeye in this like in the harder shape before, and then they learned him now. I've seen more Hawkeyes pulled out like triple healer, like he just destroys that. Triple tank, he destroys that. So all the weird comps, he's super good against. Which is good. You need characters like that that are just super good against the weird comps. Really like yeah, triple healer, triple tank would have been destroyed by a Black Widow too, but Black Widow's just not as good. He's just good in general. He's good close range, medium range, far range still. You know what I mean? Like he's not as good as before, but he's still good. And his ulti's so annoying. Hela is 1v9. She's just broken. His scan, like she could two tap you still, but has to be headshots. She just does consistent damage, burst damage, stun. Her stun's an AoE pool as well. It could just take so many people out of her ultis and cancel ultis. Her ulti's so broken. It still gives you survivability. You're immune to everything. It's just yeah, the dumb character. I don't really need to say anymore. I mean, she's just broken. She's been broken since alpha. Iron Fist is. I think Iron Fist is like bordering probably losing and hard but viable. He's good against the triple tank, but you have to have the right comp to make him work. You have to have a Luna with a mark on him at all times. And you have to have a Magneto so you could bubble him when he's trying to pop his ulti and go for the backline or go for the tanks. But I mean, like the characters that make him good and that he makes a Luna good because he gives her the AoE heal that got buffed. Actually, his team up, it makes him a lot better. On and crazy enough, the Luna Namor Iron Fist combo is actually super good. Namor puts so much pressure on people, and he's so broken right now that, and he also helps his backline so much. And if he really wants to, he could also off angle and flank a lot. So it's like it makes him have enough pressure on the map that he could just do whatever he wants. If that Namor is that good and the Luna is that good at healing, that he could just do whatever he wants. Um, but there's not many Iron Fists I can make him work. That Pizza Eater guy and a couple other people are like able to make him look like he's like almost bordering 1v9 but meta. But most of the time it's like most Iron Fists are like down here. Iron Man is hard but viable. Gamma's still good enough. His ult is the only bad thing about him. You can do good with everything on his kit and then pop his ulti and no one dies. The Luna's popping ulti. Most Lunas like are like when the Iron Man's on the team are smart enough that they're Strange or Magneto will just play by him, or Magneto will save his ult, or like somebody like a Groot will pop a wall and the Luna runs right behind it, and then like you know there's so many things that they could do. Like Loki pops his runes and saves it right before someone's about to die by the ult. Like whatever it is, you know what I mean? Like a shark can like eat his whole team now. I figured this out. A shark can eat his whole team, and there's this time frame where he's just straight up still underground, so he's immune to all damage while swirling, but his team is eaten. And then that ult will hit, and then it'll just do no damage. I've seen one shark do that, and he was in like EU Pro Play, like one of the top EU teams that use Shark actually, triple healer Shark, and he literally is so good, dude. Like he is actually so good at that character that Virtus Pro bans it. I'm like, oh my gosh, the best EU team bans it from him. So just so you know, like that's actually crazy another way to use a shark and like do this into the shark. Shark, I think shark is like the top of hard but viable. Shark is like bordering meta only because people are starting to realize he's not a true healer, and you have to have triple healer with him, and you have to have a Luna. There, that one dude I'm talking about actually can use Shark without the Luna, and they'll ban it, and he'll still use it sometimes, but it has to be certain maps. The maps where you can eat people and then throw them off really fast. Those are the maps that he only does that on. But most of the time, that person's using it with the Luna, because with the Luna, he becomes a broken DPS. Like he literally just goes to your backline, waits for you guys to be distracted, as like every other like flanky person or like every like Namor doing it or whatever. But when he does it, it's just a fat AOE. If he hits you direct, it does like. Let me look this up. I want to just give you guys the official number because everybody knows how strong every other character is, but everyone overlooks a shark because everybody that one tricks a shark are just brain dead people. But the people who are starting to kind of realize how strong the character actually is and not just brain dead people are like, whoa. And also Groot's like super meta right now. So when you play Groot Shark, it's like Groot likes people who could poke people down and burst people when they get walled off, and Shark can do both of those, and he could also sit in his shoulders and get damage reduction. I think it's 35% damage reduction sitting on his shoulders, and you're like a walking turret. Like Groot's destroying you, walling you off while getting perma bubbled and running at you just top speed, and you're just getting AoE to death because they buffed his team up. But yeah, his team up does 70 damage on direct hit, I think. Yeah, it does 70 damage on direct hit, which is crazy. Default, it does. Oh, default, it does 65, and with the team up, it does 70 a hit. I could have sworn they buffed it to 50, but the website says it's 40. It's weird. Maybe they randomly hotfix nerfed it, dude. I don't know. But yeah, Jeff is just ridiculous. You can never kill him. I mean, like there's not nobody's figured out a character where it's like I'm going to this character to kill Shark. I think the only character I found I could just destroy Shark is Iron Fist because he can just track him while he's on the ground. You don't have to worry about missing or anything. And then a really good Squirrel Girl because Squirrel Girl literally does 110 a hit direct, and she does splash damage. And so you could just shoot at the Shark, and if you hit him direct, it like kills him. And then well, because your whole team's like trying to shoot him too. Also, Penny could deal with him pretty well, but nobody's really picking Penny. I'm a lore Penny. I have my Penny video has like 120k views or something, and I promise you, nobody picks Penny. There's like really small instances, or some like competitive teams are picking her, and some instances like you only pick her against that dive comp, because every other comp, like if they're playing like Venom, Star Lord, Psylocke, they're just never gonna walk in your thing to begin with, and your Penny trap, and yeah, you're just screwed. I mean, the only thing that's gonna walk in there is a Venom. Most of the time, the Venom is like playing around it, and his team will kill it. So yeah, Penny doesn't have any much viability. So that's another counter that for him that doesn't you don't have to worry about. Let's move on to Loki. I think Loki's 1v9. Loki's one of the best healers in the game right now. Loki does a shit ton of damage. Loki has his clones, so they're everywhere, so you could teleport to him at any time and avoid so many like deaths that he could like from flankers. He has his runes. Runes are so annoying. Runes just make you immune to all damage and heal you for the damage that is done in the runes, so they sometimes will just get burst healed. He already has burst heals when he puts multiple clones out in the perfect spots, and he just spams people. AoE damage as well, AoE heals. His ulti can copy anything if he really wants to. Like in triple healer comp, like he doesn't have to always copy a healer ult, but if he wants, boom. Sometimes in double healer comp, you don't have to, depending on the point of the game. Like if it's like overtime and you're right at their spawn and you know they have no healer ult, so you can copy their Star Lord, or you can copy like a tank, like a Groot, or you can copy anything and just slam them. You don't have to copy a healer ult there. You just gotta warn your healer, like if you're playing with like a Luna or something, like, hey Luna, please keep everybody alive. I'm popping a Star Lord ult. Boom, and you just copy Star Lord and just melt like two people instant. Boom, the fight's won. I mean, you don't have to copy healer ult. So that's like the versatility of the character and like how broken some of his stuff is, just makes it hard to deal with. Let's see. Luna is still 1v9, still one of the best healers in the game. Her ulti is still broken. I mean, the damage reduction, people now figure out her damage reduction, or damage increase. I mean, damage increase and the Rock's damage increase is that there's so many things to combo with it. Namor whale, Namor can just pop his whale, and she swaps the damage. Like she gets swapped the damage after he's ready to throw in the whale right before it hits the ground, and it will get the 40% damage boost, and it will do 285 damage, meaning it one shots anyone 275 and below. And if they're 275 and they got like a shielding, but their shielding got hit, it's like sometimes you get the rocket shielding and it's 25 health, and somebody even clips it and it gets it to like 10 health shield, you'll die. I mean, like that's 285. So that's like the annoying thing. Like, or she gets shielding on her ult, but then somebody's whittling it down and you get to like 285 or down and you die insta in her ult. That's like the dumb thing. Or like Bucky in her thing destroys. Groot gets her whole team, and then she like when he like does his walls, then you swap the damage. He'll like left click, right click, left click, and then he'll like annihilate like two people insta. Score Girl just one shots people, or like pretty much one shots people. Moon Knight will melt everybody. Punisher will melt everybody. Like Punisher ulti in her ult or rocket ult was just, it literally kills through every healer in the game. Like there's just so many characters. Storm ults, and then you just swap the damage as soon as she lands, and for the first like 2 seconds. So after you just swap back, so you don't just get bursted, and she'll literally get a kill or two as soon as you swap the damage. That's how strong it is. It's just so strong. The mark makes it so flankers can just stay alive. So if you're playing ranked and you're playing with flankers, you might want to play Luna so that you can give them a mark, so hopefully they can do whatever they're doing. And even if they're not as good as like a pro player, hey, hopefully that mark keeps them alive and lets them distract the enemies long enough that the rest of your team who is good is gonna make space, or does make space and gets kills, because that person's distracting like two people forever because they just can't die. and her clap is just still really good. AoE heals, so it's just like all around she's just super good healer, and she could do a ton of damage if you're really good. So you could like actually help carry your teams and stuff. I think Magic is hard by Valve right now solely because she's not really that crazy into the triple res comp. She's not really good against Groot because every time she goes in she'll get walled off. She's not good against she is decent against triple tank, but also not good against triple tank. Like there's like two things. If they have a Groot triple tank comp, you're dead. If they have a thing with a thing in there, you're dead. Like thing just destroys her. Bucky destroys her. Namor destroys her. All the current meta characters destroy her. Hela destroys her. There's just too many good characters that beat you that you just like it's just impossible to play the character. Um a good Storm, like who knows how to play and plays around her team well, destroys you. Star Lord destroys you. You know what I mean? There's too many characters that beat you. They're in the meta right now. Wolverine can beat you, but you gotta beat him. It's like you beat each other. Human Torch is like so much better now. People are figuring out like I think Human Torch is like I'll put it later, but like, dude, I think human like I've seen so many human torches and like there's teams like top EU teams and like top like there's like people in the top 100 of ranked that are so good at this character that people will have to ban it. Like there's just like screw that. On top of them, like people realizing they look at a count, the guy has like 80 hours in the character. Sure, just ban it. I mean, like he's not gonna play another character as good as that character, but like he plays it so good and like that you're not gonna go like before somebody picked it, you're like who cares? But now you're like, oh my goodness, they buffed his left clicks and his ulti and all this other stuff, and that guy's that good at it, and he figured out how to play when he was bad, so now he's just that good that you're just like, so I can't deal with this character. So that's another character that beats him and all her and all the other melees. Um, I think Magneto is 1v9, but at the back 1v9, both these two at the back 1v9. They nerfed him and Strange so much that if you're that good at the character, then you'll be really good at the character. He still does the same thing. He still destroys healers and ultis with his ult. He still can bubble his like divers or his brawl comp like people, or he can bubble somebody getting dove. He can still do tons of left click damage and like consistent damage. He can still do a good burst if you're good enough to hit the fully charged right click with his left clicks. And then I mean the Scarlet Witch team up when you're using like playing him in low ranks and people want to play Scarlet Witch, it's still good. But I mean, you just do better. Let's see. Moon Knight is probably losing, but there's certain comps like sometimes you could do him the triple tank or triple healer, but it's just not many moments. And all the perfect DPS characters are all good right now. Have to be banned for you to use them. Like Star Lord, Hela, Bucky have to be banned, and then it's like okay, I could probably use Moon Knight now. He's really good against like snipers, and he's really good against Punisher because they have to kind of set up and do their damage. They can't really like they don't really do like crazy burst damage in like a fast succession. So it's actually crazy to use. Like a Hawkeye getting onked or a Black Widow or a Punisher, they're just not going to be able to do anything. I mean, like they can't. They have to sacrifice doing most of their damage, and then they just get 3/4 of their health taken away. By the time they look back, the tank's already running at them, and they're dead. And he's always really good against with Groot, and Groot's the best tank in the game. So like, it's like if you want to argue with me, like I could probably still put him in hard but viable. I'll put him in the back of hard but viable. I'll put him behind Iron Man and Iron Fist. But it's just so hard to use him. Like you could still lose it against Iron Man and Iron Fist, but you have a harder time to lose when they have a Moon Knight on their team. Namor's 1v9. I've already explained him. Broken ulti when used with a damage buff. It's broken kit with the slow turret makes it so he could flank. He could protect his back line. He could do whatever. He literally could do anything and everything. He could two tap you in the head. He could do his left click, right click combo, and then still like his turrets will just annihilate you. So it doesn't matter. Slow is annoying. He has the bubble. He could like get healed to full in the bubble and then 1v1 you again. I don't know. The character is just dumb. Anybody can play him. If you're DPS, you should be able to play it anymore. I think should be a bottom, like the minimum requirement to be a DPS player. Should be able to play Namor with slow turret at least. Penny is probably losing. I mean, like the only comp is a full melee dive comp. They have to have like Venom, Magic, Venom, Spider-Man, Venom, something where they have to push into your thing. Like if they don't have that, then I mean the character's literally useless. And I love Penny. Her kit is so fun. I love playing Penny. I literally played the entire season 0, like just trying to master Penny. Got Lord Penny. Did like this 1v4, 1v5 video. This dude Penny. Like I just kept playing Penny. I have multiple videos on Penny on my channel. But she's just so hard to use right now, and she's kind of buggy where people can kill her mines in the webbing sometimes, so it just makes her like less viable. Groot's the most viable tank right now, and Groot can just use a wall insta kill her mine trap. So he left clicks it and then puts a wall, so she can't just instantly put it down. Because if you just put the wall, it just counts as if she just canceled it because like it's an obstruction. But if you left click it, then you put a wall. It pretty much puts on like a 4 second cooldown, so she pretty much has no way to survive, and then you just run her over and kill her. And their spider traps are gone, so it's like the thingy like it won't like she loses like half her damage. And her ulti's so ass. So characters just bad. So that's it. Psylocke is hard but viable. The current meta is not favored to her, but the right characters are man. And if they're using the right characters, like they use Moon Knight, Iron Man, Storm, Punisher, Black Widow, Squirrel Girl, Human Torch. Like if they're using those characters, she's good. So, she's good against Wolverine as well. But like if they're using Bucky, Hela, Namor, Spider Man, then you're just gonna die. And she just doesn't do good against those. Or if they're going like triple healer comp, like the Mantis, Adam Warlock, and like a Luna on Invis, especially Invis, they'll just destroy you. Like every time you go in, you'll get yanked in, or you'll get double like you're headshotted by like the Adam and the Mantis, and like their damage buffs, so they just kill you. You try to go in on the Loki, and then Loki can just like pop his immunes if anything, or like just like swap somebody with an ulti and then pop it insta and then keep himself alive. You try to pop your ulti and then he can keep himself alive. All the healers can just heal themselves. Like everybody kind of like everyone just stacks it. Like everyone just figured out how to beat her too. On top of that, so she was the most oppressive character when the game came out, but now it's like who cares? Punisher's bottom of meta. Like when you use him with the raccoon, and everyone's using a raccoon now. He was there. Everyone was always using him because he was such an easy healer. But the Z is so good, and Bucky is so used. So you could use him as like with a Bucky, or if you're playing triple tank, you could go Raccoon, Luna with a Punisher, and then because you're in triple tank, you probably have like a Strange, or you have a Strange and Mag in that, and they can both just keep you alive while you're just doing tons of damage, and all the damage they might be lacking is supplemented by you and Z, and your ult and your turret. So it's just really good. And people figured out that his turret can also eat damage. You're immune to damage for like the first second of it, and then the front of it takes the damage for you because it has its own health bars. So like if the Magneto throws the ulti at you, you use it a decently bit far away, and then just pop turret, and then like you popping Z, and then he's like, oh, I'm gonna eat the Z and throw it at him. You just go turret as soon as he throws it, and then either the initial damage immunity or the straight up health of the turret will eat it for you. He has to throw it behind you to kill you. And if you stop shooting and just waited for him to throw it, then it won't do enough damage. Even if he throws it behind you, it probably won't kill you because he has to hit you direct hit. If he doesn't eat enough damage, and it has to eat a decent bit just to get the 300 damage to the shoulder to kill you. Let's see. Rocket is top meta. I mean, just the only thing that holds him back is his ult as a damage increase, so it more relies on the how good your team is and less how good like you throw it. I mean, like, you just throw it and it doesn't do anything other than the damage increase. But it's a 40% damage increase. So in the right, like in the pro teams and like high tiered play, people are good enough to make use of that ulti. They know to combo their ultis with it. They know how to just like get really aggro with it. Like they know how to like they start hitting all their headshots when they like a headshot with like a Hela on a damage at 40% damage increase is like 90% of a freaking healer's health. Like you know what I mean? Like it's over. Like somebody can just run up to you and like I think it just hit you with one left click combo and it's over. And then left click combo for him or his right clicks are just doing so much damage. Groot's doing so much damage. Everyone's just doing so much damage. Whatever their damage is, you just add it 40%. You take 40% of what their damage is and add it to it. So if it's your favorite character, just do the math. Every time you have a Luna with a per damage increase or the rocket ult, just do the math beforehand so you know every time you see it, you just know what combo you need to do. The res is really strong as well right now, especially with sometimes how like long fights can go. And there's with some of the characters in the meta, like dive comp, like he's good against dive comp because it's hard to dive him, so you're forced to go for the other healer, and he just goes like up in the air and then starts spamming the healer with the like heals, and then it's AoE heal, so it's really good at triple tank. It's good in triple healer. Like you can go Raccoon, Luna, Invis or something. So instead of like the Adam res comp, you just go like Rocket, and then boom. Or you can go Adam Mantis with Rocket, really, if you want. Add Mantis's damage buffing the Punisher who's Zed, or Bucky who's Zed. So you can do that too. I think Scarlet is probably losing. You can win with her. She's not like Panther, who's like just a terrible, and then Magneto's so good right now. That's the sword is not like how it used to be in the beta, but it's like, I mean, it's still just decent bit of extra damage. It did get buffed too, but it's just not enough to like warrant a picking a Scarlet. Her ulti's a decent bit better because it gives you shielding, but it's not like, I mean, like it's still, you can get CC'd out of it. It doesn't give you CC immunity or anything when you have shield up or anything. You have to get bubbled, and she's really good at the Mantis because the Mantis can pop ulti and it gives you movement speed and you can run at people. She can't really 1v1 all the good DPS at all. And her stun is really only good against like dive comp or like a Punisher set up in his turret, and then you just throw it on top of the Punisher, and then when the turret breaks, he's just forced to be in the middle of it and dies. Or like a Black Widow or a Hawkeye is like forced to, like, they're trying to snipe somebody and then they get hit with that out of nowhere and they're stuck in the middle of it and they can't really get out. But all the characters she kind of like can deal with, like she deals with the flyers really well, and the flyers are not as meta anymore. So it's like even at low ranks, like she would be like right here before, and now because all the flyers aren't as good, then she just fell down in viability. Spider-Man is hard but viable. I think I put him at the top of hard but viable. Let me move the order around. Come on. There you go. But Spider-Man is the top of hard but viable. Hardest character used in the entire game. But if you use him in tandem with a Venom, who's one of the best tanks still in the game, he's at one. Venom's not like 1v9, but I think Venom is top meta. Because just Venom is a little bit harder to use still because of the current meta thing. But when you if you're both like just really good, like you have a pretty good Venom, but you're insanely good at Spider-Man, you're, because of the Venom combo still, it still just works the same. You're just gonna like boom, left click or right click, E in, uppercut, pop your team up, and they're dead. You can maybe even mix in like a left click in there and then team up, and you just make for sure they're for sure dead. So it's like if you're really good at the character, and his right click ammo thing got buffed, so do you get him faster? A lot of his kit got buffed for the most part. There's like slight nerfs, but for the most part it got buffed. Like the team up got nerfed a little bit because the team up used to be damage reduction, but it lasted for 4 seconds. Now it's a full damage immunity, but it only lasts 1 second. So I think you get like the initial burst, and then I think it bursts one more time. I'm not sure. I think it bursts and then bursts one more time. Let me see. Squirrel Girl is hard but viable. I'd say I put her behind Psylocke because like she's just so hard. Ignore this plane, bro. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but please ignore it. Squirrel Girl is hard but viable. The Squirrel Girl, like this Human Torch player I was talking about, also plays Squirrel Girl, and pretty much a lot of teams go, I'm banning both. Because Squirrel Girl in the right hands that could just hit majority of their left clicks directs are just doing so much like just damage, and like the flyers aren't as good anymore, and that was the things that she just couldn't deal with, and because there's not many flyers or any at all, she just destroys everybody. Like not many people can really deal with her, and no one's really figured out a comp that really deals with her unless they're going like a full dive comp. They're like a full dive comp that nobody really goes because there's a thing or a Groot. They just don't go. So like she just has free reign. And you could use her with Adam Mantis. If they go like Adam Mantis, like Loki, or Adam Mantis, Luna, and whatever, you could go that and you get damage buff in the Mantis, and you're doing even more damage. That's ridiculous. So people are figuring out that she's actually really strong. And on certain maps, her ulti is just gonna hit you multiple times regardless of how she uses it. So she's just really strong, but she's just super hard. Like she's her and Spider-Man the hardest characters to use in the entire game, I think. Other than Black Widow, I guess, and Human Torch. Star-Lord is 1v9. He's just super broken. I don't know why I need to rank this. Namor is up here. Hela is right there. Luna is here. Star-Lord is up here. Star-Lord is like one of the best. He doesn't need a team up, but if he gets a team up, he's even better. He gets his ult so fast. His ult's still broken. His ult's harder to deal with right now. They nerfed so many healers and healer ults and how fast they get him. He still gets it super fast. They gave him his energy, more energy for his like dashing thing in the air, his omnidirectional dash. So it's harder to deal with him, harder to get away from him, and harder to kill him. His ease is super good. His like spin win thing, you can bubble him. Everybody figure out how to keep him alive and get him to get max value out of it. So on top of like how much damage it does, it farms his ult faster. So everyone just figure out how to use it and how to play with it, or play with him as on their team. So he's just so good right now. And all the characters that are meta, he just beats. He beats Groot. He beats Thing, but if there is a Groot, you would probably want to go Bucky instead, but you can still use the Star-Lord against it and just destroy him. The Groot can't really deal with him as easy, but he can still, it's like 60-40. Like the Groot could deal with him, but it's not like ideal. Like it shouldn't be the Groot's job to have to deal with the Star Lord. Storm is hard but viable. I think she's near the top of hard but viable. She's better than Squirrel Girl in the sense that her viability. I guess they're like tied with Psylocke and her. Um, I mean, there's all the characters that are meta right now destroy her. All the current meta just beats her. Like she's just not. Like you have to ban so much. It has to be perfect bans from both sides for the Storm to be pulled out. If it's not perfect bans from both sides, the Storm's not being pulled out. It has to be like hella Namor or hella Luna, so the Namor can't be used, and it's harder for Psylocke to do something without Mark. And then it has to be Bucky, and then maybe like Adam, and then you could probably use Storm, or Rocket because then they can't do Punisher Z. Um, and the better people get a Spider-Man, the worse it's gonna get for Storm. I think Thor is hard but viable as well. I think he's better than them, better than that, better than Hawkeye, more often used. I don't think he's better than Squirrel Girl. The only reason I think he gets limited is Thing is broken and well Groot he actually beats around Groot, but Thing is broken and Thing is it makes half his kit useless. You can't ult and you can't dash. So you can't use your dash skill when he pops his shift, and you can't ult because you only get the immunity from CC after your ult has already proc, but you can't proc your ult because it's a movement skill. It throws you up in the air. It's like Magneto. Magneto can't use his ult either when Thor pops his shift. So it's like the most or the Thing pops his shift. So it's literally so annoying. And you can't do enough damage to the thing without having to do your right click combo. And most people never really learn the right click combo. There's like a right click cancel you could do, or you could do like left click, right click, left click in like in insanely fast succession, and you do insane burst, or you could do like left click, right click, like the left click, right click, left click cancel into like your lightning rune, and you'll do like a million burst damage. But like nobody really learned that stuff. There's like some Thor one tricks that are like starting to learn it right now, but there's not many people who could do that and like as often consistently. So because of that, you just can't really deal with a thing. He can kind of deal with Venom dive, but not really. So it's just like there's a lot of things in the meta right now that just make it so he's kind of hard to use. But he's if you're that good at them, then I mean he's not bad, but it's just hard to use. Venom is top of meta. Because the thing it's harder to use him, but he's still just broken. I mean, with the right dive comp and the right Venom player, it's just you could just destroy everybody, and it's the enemy healers are just permadead, getting mad, flaming their team. So, and a lot of dive characters that are like range based are still really good. Starlord's broken. Psylocke's still good if the right bands are there. Psylocke's a lot better if Venom's there. If Venom is not there, Psylocke's pretty much impossible to use if the right bands are not banned. Venom can be used with both Magneto Strange, but he could also be used with like Thing, and you could do like a full dive comp if you really want to. So it's kind of annoying to deal with. His ulti with a damage buff as well, Raccoon and Luna, it would do literally if you do the slam right click ult and then wait for the right click about to pop and then pop ult and then with the damage buff, it one shots. It kills every healer in the game. And majority of the squishies. They have to be like 350 health squishies to not die, I think. Or I think it even kills those people too. I would have to do testing or something on that. Bucky is broken. I mean, like right behind Groot and how broke like the best characters in the game right now. The highest win rate, like DPS for the most part in competitive play. In ranked play, he's still like really insanely high win rate, really high ban rate in both. He's just stupid. Like his ulti's broken. They buffed his kit so much. He has so much shielding. He has the hook. He can just hook every tank and like make their life horrible. It always puts you down a man. He's good against squishies. He's good against dive. He's good against brawl. He's good against 222. He's good against poke still. Like obviously you might want a different character against poke, but you can still use him in poke. Like if you get super good at his left clicks, he pretty much is a poke. It's just I don't know. He's just so hard to deal with. It's just the most oppressive character in the whole game. Like he's permabanned in my rank games. I don't even care if I have a Bucky one trick. I literally ban him. I don't care. My Bucky one tricks are always worse. Don't care. Your ego can be inflated because you're playing a broken character. You're not as good as the Bucky on their team. I'm sorry. Every time I have a Bucky player, they go, dude, I'll beat theirs. Don't worry. And then my Bucky player goes like 8 and 10, and he'll blame the whole team for not like carrying him harder. Just so annoying to deal with. Uh, I mean, Wolverine is a bottom of 1v9, but he's still broken. I mean, like, he's still one of the most banned characters, still one of the highest rated characters. He pretty much makes every tank life a living hell. The only reason he's at the bottom of 1v9 and not the top of 1v9 is because Thing exists, and Thing fully counters every character with a moon based kit. And his hook ability is his movement ability. So, so he can't use his hook. He can't use his shift. He can't use his right click. He can't use his ult. He can't use 3 skills because of his new tank. Well, so I'm glad the Thing got added, because if a Thing wasn't in the game, Bucky and Wolverine would just be the best characters in the game by far. Like, there's no doubt about it. And he still does the same like crazy damage. His ult still does crazy damage. His left click still do crazy damage because the max health stuff. So, you're probably losing. It's like perma lose. You're perma losing with Mr. Fantastic. There's like the certain Mr. Fantastics that sometimes with the right teams, if they get lucky in rank, that could do something. But most of the time, this dude's like not doing anything, and he's just being annoying. And he's hoping that his team carries him, and he's just like, "Oh, I like goofy character. Oh, I like goofy character." That I feel like that's what most Mr. Fantastics are like saying in real life. Every time they do their left clicks or do the little big form walk around, they're funny, funny. So I don't know. I hate Mr. Fantastic players. They literally ruin my day. I actually don't mind sharks now if I have a triple healer. If I have double healer and I have a shark and they're just doing that dumb flank shit, then I get mad. But most of the time, if I have a triple healer, then I'm like, hope, dude, I hope I have the better shark because that thing's annoying. And I actually started playing shark on my ult, but like I try everything in my power to make this character work. Right when he came out, halfway through the season, and now, and he's just butt cheeks, bro. Every fist are fantastic. I don't know, terrible. Left clicks do no damage. Right click has to hit both. Like you have to right click and then left click the person again to do a decent bit of burst damage, and then you have to do like left click, left click, so it grabs him, pulls him, left click again. That's the only way you can do burst damage, and it's so slow that they'll get healed the whole time that you're doing it to them, and they'll just heal all the damage. His ulti got buffed, but it's still just not enough. Sometimes you have to be a perfect world. Like they have to use both healer ults, and you survived. Your whole team survived it, and then you just run at their backline when their healer ults are down or about to go down, and you pop ult. And hopefully their team didn't fall back to like protect that person. That's like the only way. Invis is still like 1v9, but at the bottom, she's behind Wolverine. She's still one of the best healers. Her pool gets rid of all dive. If they're getting hooked by Wolverine, you could just yank him off of her, of the person, so it stops Wolverine. She has a crazy burst heal. She has crazy like AoE heal, so she could just keep the entire team alive. You could just death ball with her, play dive. You can play flyers. Her ults and shield and her right click shield is good for flyers. Her ulti's still good. I don't know. The character's just really good. They would have to do a lot of things that make her bad. Thing is right behind Bucky, because Thing gets countered by Star-Lord, and Star-Lord's like everywhere right now, but Thing counters Bucky, and then Groot and Thing kind of counter each other. So they're all kind of like, these three are like tied. They're all like counter each other and do different things. Like Bucky beats Groot, Groot beats Thing, Thing beats Bucky. So it's like they're all three beat each other. Thing does tons of damage. Thing does like his right click is like pierces and also does crazy damage. All pierces in short range, but it does pierce. And then I learned you could do it in the air. Every time I watch people do that, they just miss over and over. So I never thought you could do it. And even when I did it, it's like it just looks like it misses, but it's like this really tiny cylinder that goes up. And so if you hit it, even though your character is still punching straight, for some reason, like your character is like hitting up in the air. So like you won't see your character literally look up in the air and just punching. You'll like see him kind of like upwards like a little bit, but the punch is still going up in the air. I don't know what it is, like a visual glitch, I guess. I don't think it's supposed to work like that. I think it's majority going to time in like a tiny cone in front of him, and it's not supposed to go straight up in the air. It's probably a bug. But yeah, you can do that. His ulti's broken, 3-second stun, goes through shields, can go through walls. I think it's just dumb. I think the character's so broken right now. He stops all pulls and hooks and everything, which is good. I think that's the whole point of the character. He's supposed to stop that meta, so that it's not super prevalent. Like Wolverine just is not uncounterable. But yeah, he's just so strong. And he can get his ult super fast. Like I've seen some people just farm their ult so fast that they end up at the game with like 35k damage because they're just farming ult. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, they have ult again. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, they have ult again. I'm like, oh my god, please stop. I think he's hard but viable now. Human Torch. I think he's the bottom of hard but viable. I think the better people learn the character now after his buffs, and he might even get buffed again because people are still complaining his ass. So if he gets buffed again, he's probably meta. He's just actually super strong. His close range, his left clicks I actually could two-shot people. So, and close to slightly medium range, he could like two-shot people. Far range is useless because he's a shoddy, so they try to make it close range as possible. Uh, he has his like spam right click into slam, and it'll like do like 3/4 of someone's health, and then you just left click them once. Or you can even one shot them depending how close they are to the right clicks. They're just sitting on it, don't realize. You can make that little like zone, and if you just make it like a decently big triangle, you'll just melt the people sitting on point, and it forces them to like either walk backwards or forwards. So you have like this good zone control still. His ulti's got buffs, so they actually do fat damage. You can't just literally sit in it and get healed. You actually have to walk away from it. He has decent mobility, and he's a fly character, so you have to pick certain characters that beat fly characters. But yeah, I think this is like the current like thing. If you guys want to like play this to like if you see like your current like your character that you like and you understand where I'm coming from. Like I try to rank people as honest as possible. Like I mean like hard but viable. That's why the majority characters are hard but viable. And then 1v9, and there's the ones in between that are almost in like on either one. However you see fit, but like the 1v9 characters are the current like meta characters in tournaments. Meta is like they're using tournaments as well and using top rank play and even using like lower rank play, but it depends on the person using it how good they're going to be. Hard but viable is highly dependent on how good the person is and if your team understands how to play around it as well. Like you could go DPS Shark if your team knows that Luna makes them really good and they're not tweaking out because you pick Shark. And it's how good you are at Shark. Like you're not just only DPSing. You have to put some heals in there too. And you can't heal as often. You have to focus on damage too. And you have to be able to land your right click directs. Don't just hit AoEs. If you only hit AoEs, even with the Luna buff, you're just useless. So he's like, all these characters. Spider-Man, still just the hardest character to use in the game. Iron Fist, one of the hardest characters to use in the game. Magic is super hard, but super easy at the same time. Squirrel Girl is one of the hardest characters to use in the game. Like, Storm is a lot harder if they're using all the broken characters that are currently in the meta. So it's just like, I don't know. There's just so many characters that make them hard. Probably losing, I mean, you're just gonna lose. Like it's like perma lose is you're gonna lose. Probably losing is like you're probably gonna lose. But if you're that good and your team is just carrying you, and you then you can like supplement the team. But you're probably gonna lose picking that character. I try to make Cloak work. She's still good, but you have to ban like Luna, and then you could use her. Then you could go like Cloak Invis. But most of the time, you'd rather go Loki Invis. Oh, but the enemy team banned Loki. They don't like dealing with Loki. Okay, then you can go Cloak Invis. Oh, maybe they can go Adam Mantis with like Invis. I mean, that beats a Cloak too. So it's like there's so many better healers and healer comps that there's no real point to pick Cloak anymore. Even though the blind is like crazy damage buff now, it's like 28% or something. It just doesn't matter. Yeah. And then like Penny only good against dive. The sniper girl, like I mean, like you just have to be cracked out of your mind, and you have to have a mantis. If you don't have the mantis, then it is pointless. And if you have a mantis, you're probably going mantis, Adam, Luna, or something. Scarlet Witch. I mean, like insanely situational. All the best DPS are banned, and you have the best Magneto player in the fucking world. That's the only time you can play Scarlet Witch. And then like perma-lose like Black Panther and Mr. Fantastic you're just losing, bro. Like the current meta destroys both those characters. You can't even use your E against Thing because if Thing slams you, you can't E away from him to your teammate. You can't ulti because your ulti is a movement. There's so many things you just can't do. And then Black Panther is all movement abilities, so you're just dead. Yeah. And then Bucky destroys him. Groot destroys him. Star-Lord destroys him. Hela destroys him. Namor destroys him. Loki destroys him. Magneto, Strange destroy him. Luna, Wolverine, Invis, Venom, Raccoon, they can't kill at all. Atom, they pretty much can't kill at all, and they're getting outpoked all the time. Soul Bomb pops and there's nothing happens. Like you're just wasted your entire burst as Black Panther. Hulk, I mean, they never did anything to Hulk. Punisher with Z melting you. You just go in, you'd insta die. I mean, like, I can go down the list, and they're just so useless against all these characters. So, yeah. But yeah, that's the list. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope we catch you on the next videos. Sorry this is long, but that had to be long. Every single one of these tier list videos, I'd rather explain it in full, and you guys can just bounce around. I'll probably try to make a timestamp when I'm bored. But yeah, please check out the next video that I put there. It's probably gonna be a guide on a role. I'm trying to figure out the role, but it's gonna be a guide on the role. Check it out.